Hey guys, welcome back. Hycroft Mining announced their Q2 2024 results on August 6th. And if you are looking for a non-emotional, non-biased update about exactly what the heck is going on with Hycroft Mining, you're in the right spot. Stick around. This is going to be a quick video because not much materially changed. And I'm just going to talk with you about what is new with their Q2 2024 results. Let's throw up the dashboard here. Just a reminder, I don't own any Hycroft. It's not on my recommended list. I don't hate it either. It's an exploration company. It's a speculative play until 2025 at least, when we get the updated plan from Hycroft on what they plan to do next. Hycroft has a lot of fanatical investors who love the company. It has a lot of haters as well. But I think until we see the plan from the company in 2025, it's too early to say whether it's a stock to love or hate. Hycroft could one day end up being a successful company, or they could end up next year saying, hey, we don't have an economical way to get gold and silver out of the ground. Either way, guys, I'm going to continue to provide you quarterly updates from an unbiased perspective to try and cut through a lot of the FUD and the pumping that is going on there and just give you the real on what is going on with Hycroft. I have updated the risk dashboard for Hycroft. You can see there is a lot of red on it. That is primarily due to the fact that the company is not currently generating any income. The green boxes on here reflect that their balance sheet is in pretty good shape and they have plenty of cash for doing the exploration phase that they are in right now. I did read through the entire 10Q as well as double checking their most recent investors presentation. We know from their investor presentation that management has told us they have two primary objectives right now: to continue the 2024 exploration program and to fix the balance sheet, to get the balance sheet in the best shape possible for the next leg of the journey, if there is one. On this 10Q, there's not a whole lot of new news, but I do want to point out the company has an open ATM, at the market offering, and they did tap into part of that to bring some cash in since they're not generating any revenue from mining. The company sold 2.47 million shares, bringing in a total of $9.2 million before commissions and offering expenses. That means that they got an effective price of $3.71 per share. And looking at the chart in between these yellow lines, you can see that they took advantage of the push up in the stock price to sell some shares and bring some extra cash into the company's balance sheet. In the previous quarter, the one ending in March, Hycroft had 20.7 million shares issued and outstanding. With this new dilution, the new cash raise that they did, the new share count is 22.98 million shares. Looking at their debt table, the company doesn't really have any debt due until 2027, a few $1,000s between 2024 and 2026, but the bulk of the debt that they owe is due in 2027. So hopefully they provide an update to investors as planned in 2025, and we can make some assessment about the debt at that time. Looking at the balance sheet, nothing in the immediate term that concerns me here. They have 58 million in cash, 67 million in current assets, only 9 million in current liabilities. Total assets, 155 million, total liabilities, 165 million. And at this moment, they have a negative shareholders' equity, or a deficit, of $9.7 million. On the income statement, you can see there is no income, no revenue. All we have here is expenses, as we would expect in a exploration phase company. 5 million on projects, exploration and development, about 4 million on general and administrative, couple million on mine site period costs, and 2 million on asset retirement obligation adjustment. Total loss from operations, 14 million. Net loss for the company for this quarter, 13.1 million, or negative 57 cents per share. On the cash flow statement for the quarter, the company had 8.6 million negative for operating cash flow, investing cash flow 1 million, and on the financing cash flow, due to the issuance of stock, those shares that they sold in the last 90 days, they brought in $8.86 million, giving them a net cash flow of 1.28. You can see that they're issuing just enough stock to cover their expenditures during the quarter. Free cash flow, which excludes that money they brought in from selling stock and just looks at operating cash flow and CapEx, was a negative $9 million. Hycroft Mine is sitting on top of a large known mineral deposit, and they are continuing exploration. So I am going to continue to call this a speculative play until we hear from management next year about if they can economically develop a plan to extract that ore from the ground. I will put a link to the 10Q as well as this investor slide deck, which has all of the information about Hycroft in it. And I do urge you to read through those yourselves and make sure that you're getting information directly from the company. It is important that you interpret that information properly and unemotionally and make your own decisions outside of the echo chamber of the people that are pumping the stock, as well as the people that are pushing misinformation. The biggest misinformation I see right now is the people throwing stones saying Hycroft is a failure when clearly they have a exploration program going on, and it is way too early to say if it is a failure. It's also way too early to say if it will be a success, but you have to read between the lines of what message people are trying to push and ask yourself, why are they saying it is a failure when they are still in the exploration and development part of the mining program? Just too early to call right now. This is a speculative exploration company. And at the end of the day, what happens with Hycroft, success or failure, is going to be dependent on the exploration program that they have, the price of gold and silver when they are done with the exploration program. And once they're done with that exploration, we're going to need to know what is going to be the cost to develop the mine to get the gold and silver out. So it's a bit of an unknown right now. I can't tell you whether it's a good investment or not. For myself, I have no investment in Hycroft, and I have no specific guidance to you whether you should buy, sell, or hold Hycroft. Please do your own DD. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them for me. I'm happy to answer them, and I love to hear from you guys. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see ya on the next video.